Hi everyone, and welcome to this online session for postgraduate taught fees and funding. In this session, we will cover the costs of postgraduate courses at university, information on student loans, scholarships, and bursaries available, as well as how you can pay your fees once you start studying. Tuition fees at the University of Salford can vary based on a number of factors. Each course page will include information about the fees associated with it, and you can find this by searching for your course on the Course Finder pages on our website and scrolling to the bottom of the page. There are also a number of cost factors to consider outside of your course fees, and there are plenty of tools online that can help you to plan for this. The infographic on screen from Save the Students National Survey gives an idea of how much student spends monthly on average across the country. When you are preparing to start university, you can set up a similar budget and look at whether your incomings, whether they be from student loans, a job, or another source of funding, will cover this. Postgraduate student loan funding is typically lower than the undergraduate student loan plans. This means that some postgraduate students may need to look at additional sources of funding, such as a part-time job as well as student loan payments. If you are a UK home student, you may be eligible for a student finance loan. The information in this presentation is accurate for Student Finance England, but if you live in another part of the UK, you should always check the terms and conditions of your loan to understand your eligibility. Unlike an undergraduate degree, a postgraduate loan is paid directly to you and not the university. This means that there are no separate tuition fee and maintenance loans, and that you are responsible for setting up a payment plan with the university. For full-time students, or courses that last 1 year, the tuition fee is paid in 3 termly instalments. For courses that last longer than 1 year, or for part-time students, instalments will be divided equally across the duration of your course. Officially, you can use the loan however you see fit, such as for food shopping or supporting with rent, but you must remember to pay your fees on time. Whether you qualify for postgraduate funding depends on your course, including both your subject and mode of study, as well as your age and nationality or residence status, amongst other factors. The government website on screen is a good place to start with finding out more information on student loan options. You will only need to apply once for a master's loan, even if your course lasts for more than 1 academic year. When applying for your degree, you will need to see what the academic year for the course is, and this may not currently be open for student finance applications. The student loan application windows for new academic years usually opens in May or June. So if you're currently not able to apply for student finance for your entry date, you'll need to keep an eye on the government website for when the new application cycle will begin. When you're ready to apply for student finance, you can do this either online or by post, and you'll need to have proof of identity ready. If you are a UK national, you must include your UK passport details. If you don't have a UK passport or it has expired, you can use your birth or adoption certificate. If you're an EU national and have pre-settled or settled status under the EU settlement scheme, you will need to provide your share code to prove your immigration status and identity. Once the application has been completed, the student finance team will review the application, which can take up to 2 weeks. This process is much simpler than for the undergraduate loan as it does not include means testing, which means you don't have to send off payslips and other details to confirm household income. If you are eligible, all students will get the same maximum amount, although please note that this maximum amount may vary based on which part of the UK you normally reside in. When it comes to repaying your loan, you'll repay a percentage of the income over the threshold for your type of loan. This may be worked out yearly, monthly, or weekly. The current yearly threshold is £21,000. You will pay back 6% of your income over the threshold, which is different to the percentage and threshold of the undergraduate loan if you have one. Some postgraduate courses, typically healthcare ones, are eligible for undergraduate funding. If you're going to study a master's course eligible for undergraduate funding, you would enter on a Plan 5 loan, which has a yearly threshold of £25,000 and would mean you pay back 9% of your income over the threshold. If you end up taking both a master's and doctoral loan, the amounts are combined for repayment purposes. Student loans are typically written off after a certain period of time has passed if you don't repay it in full before then. You should check the terms and conditions of your loan to understand how long you may be paying it off for. The maximum period of time that loans are currently repaid is 40 years, but this is dependent on which plan you are on. Paying your tuition fee is an integral part of the registration process at the university. If you do not arrange payment of your tuition fees in advance of your arrival, you must do so when you register. Postgraduate students will be offered the choice of 7 consecutive monthly instalments or payment in full to receive a 3% discount. International students will also have to pay the £5,500 deposit before they can receive an unconditional offer with us. UK Home postgraduate students will also be offered an option of 3 termly instalments in line with postgraduate loan payments from Student Finance. Regardless of how you're paying, you will need to set up a payment plan during your registration period to let us know how you'll be funding your studies. Typically, these can be paid either online with a debit credit card via our online payment centre, in instalments by debit or credit card by setting up a recurring card payment plan, or via international bank transfer, card and e-wallet through Flywire. You can find more information about these options at the link on screen. There are a number of scholarships and bursaries that our students may be eligible for. Donor-funded scholarships and bursaries, as well as partnership and course-specific scholarships, are open to students with specific skills or backgrounds, especially if they are part of an underrepresented group within their field. For these scholarships, you are usually required to apply within certain deadlines. Global Excellence Scholarships are available for international students who have shown academic excellence in their previous studies. These scholarships would be applied automatically to successful applicants based solely on their previous grades. If you think any of these scholarships may apply to you, you can find more information using the links on screen. For students studying some healthcare courses, there is often additional financial support available to help you manage your studying and placements. The NHS bursaries are taken instead of student finance for eligible students, whereas the NHS Learning Support Fund is a smaller amount of money which you can apply for in addition to a student finance loan. You would only be eligible for one form of funding, so it's important to research these options in plenty of time to apply before your course starts. If you have studied an undergraduate degree with us, you will be eligible for a 20% discount. This is applied automatically to your tuition fees. There is currently no time limit on this, so whether you graduated 1 or 10 years ago, you would be eligible for this discount as a Salford alumni. Thank you very much for listening.